Pounders, welcome back. Happy Sunday. Today, we're going to start the stream off by talking about Chris Olave, his current ADP, and what the Derek Carr news injury should do to Chris Olave's ADP. And it might come to a surprise, what I think is going to happen. But you also have to remember there's not that much time before the NFL draft, right? So you're not going to get this crazy drop, I don't think, that people may be expecting. It just makes the Saints more likely to take a quarterback at 9. Is Aaron Rodgers now in the conversation? Be pretty gross. It'd be pretty gross, but it would make sense potentially as a 1-year Band-Aid. We'll see. But the news is basically came out about his right throwing shoulder. No idea what the injury is. No one does, except for Derek. Is it a torn labrum? It's something that may require surgery. That's not great. And some of the doctors, fantasy doctors, I've gone through a lot of articles, and if it was an injury that would require surgery, you're looking at around 6 months. The big problem is it's the throwing the shoulder. They're not great. But Olave, I do think this range becomes a little more polarizing of where we should be at least drafting Olave. I think you can very simply push Waddle over Olave. I had Sutton behind this crew. I put Sutton back above Olave. Waddle's above that as well. Some of these RBs I'd be more likely to take. I don't think it's going to hurt Kamara as much as it will Olave. It's still not great. But again, it could be temporary. If you get a QB to go at 9, if you get the Saints to make a move on a round 2 QB, or they come back into the second or the late first for a QB, you could see that for someone like Dart. We'll just see. They're not going to, are they going into the season with Spencer Rattler? Like, is that what's happening? Like, I don't see that. I don't see that happening. That would be an absolute tank season. That'd be an absolute tank season. I'd be putting Travion Henderson above him, K-Walk above him. When you get to Debo, though, like how many wide receivers will you draft above Olave? That's what I want to figure out. How far are you punishing him? And I don't think it's that far. Like I really don't. Potentially Ridley, I have ahead of a large majority of these guys anyways. I could see that. But also there's no harm, no foul to just say, hey, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in the NFL draft and reassess what I'm going to do with Olave, right? If he falls 12, 20 picks, like you're probably going to see me draft him. You're probably gonna be like, oh, Pat just fell on the sword. I'm like, gladly, like, and that's fine. Again, we don't know the extent of the Derek Carr injury. It doesn't sound good. Anytime that they're dancing between surgery, no surgery, doesn't sound great. That being said, we are in the space of looking towards week 15, 16, 17. The big money weeks is what we care about. If you can get a player discounted and still have upside for those weeks, I like that. So in the short term, maybe I will grab a sliding Olave right now. How far will he fall? That's what we're about to find out. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. We got the Masters on our stream the other day, and I'm not a big golf guy, but someone asked me who I thought was going to win. I had the money. I had the money on Rory. Actually, I have $0 on the Masters. But my my guess was Rory. We could see a little comeback. I think since Brian here's down 2 strokes. So look at this. Triple, huh? Triple for both of them. Yikes. That's not going to help your case trying to come back. All right, we jumped in one. It's +4. We'll keep an eye out on the Masters. What time does Rory and Brian tee off? if anyone knows. Rattler isn't bad. Dude, honestly, I hope the dude plays. Let me pull something out. We have a this card definitely went up overnight. This card definitely went up overnight when you get the news of Derek Carr injury, and that might be a sell before the NFL draft. You might see that on the eBays pretty soon here. But cool card. I showed this one off on Candyman's stream last night. Jumped on at like 1 a.m. to join, or 12:30 to join him for his second draft of the night. I was just chilling. Kids were down to sleep. But this little Kyler Siggy 10-10. This is for sale if you guys want it. I'll give you a better price than what's on eBay. So you don't got to pay shipping. You don't got to pay taxes. Let me know. Got a couple cards I got to get graded. But we're here in the 5 spot. Looks like Biff. Tannen here. Pounder in 1. There's some names that are familiar, but I don't know if they're... Hey, Hartman, what's up, buddy? In the 10 spot, he joined us on Chris's channel last night, and Chris is trying to get to 100 subs, boys. Give the dude a follow. Deal Main is definitely in here. Al Boog's in the house. Olave's dead. I avoid him and Waddle because they never finish the season. Dude, Waddle never finishes a game, but I'm still all in on the upside and the chance that something happens with Hill. If he gets back to somewhere in between this season and this season, I'd be very happy. Tua needs to stay healthy too, though. So it's not just Waddle. You need both of them to stay healthy. Do we actually get a Bijan share here? That'd be wildly surprising. We're gonna go RB first here. We're at 10.5% Lamb. We're under field on Bijan and Gibbs. We'll grab one of these RBs here. We'll start this draft different for you guys. You guys seen a lot of Lamb, a lot of Jefferson for us at 14.9%, which it's so much easier to build out a Jefferson team. If you're looking at Jefferson at 4 versus one of the RBs, it's so easy to just go Jefferson, and then you were getting JT every time. Now JT's sort of risen up a little bit. Where's he going? 20. You're not getting it every time, but it's still such a good combo in my opinion. All right, let's pull up the best ball overlay combination tool, and let's see what we're looking at with our Gibbs teams. How about Gibbs and London? We have 0 Gibbs London. That seems like a huge hole in my portfolio, especially because I have 15% London. God damn. He doesn't come back to this range is the problem. So it's not going to be like super high owned, but I'd love to get luck into one of those combos. We've seen Gibbs fall to 6 and 7 sometimes. And London's been a steady riser, so the combination was a little easier to get in the beginning portion of the big board. I'm sure some of you have that. Now let's go Gibbs and Ladd, 21%. Gibbs and Brown, 7%. So that will be preferable. I'm going to guess we have 0. Oh, we have 1 with Bowers and 1 with McCaffrey. A couple with McCaffrey. All right. Connor in the house. What's up, baby? That is some default pick there. I like to think that's you, man. I like to think that's you after 3 seasons of best ball, 800 teams a season. I need my $3 drafts back. I feel you, man. I'm surprised. They didn't release anything, but is what it is. The season's going to be here, and there's going to be no shortage of contests. And I personally can't wait for the 18-round drafts. Better than that, I don't mind 20 rounds. Just give me the option for 20-second picks. I need these things to go by quicker. I need them to go by quicker. Look, AJ Brown goes early, Ladd off the board early. The London Dream's still alive. The London Dream is still alive for the one time. I mean, either way, we're going to get a pretty cool combo of one of these 3. That's actually very exciting. Very exciting. We have 0 Henry and 0 London. Either way, we're getting completely unique. Let's go for the memes. Gibbs London, you talk and it appears just like that. Yeah, News's car possible out for the season. It should be noted, like Olave games without Carr averages, I saw something like 3.5 receptions for like 40 something yards and no touchdowns. Not ideal. Whoa, someone's getting something crazy. Jefferson Henry. All right. I wouldn't trade places with many people in this draft room, but that's one. That's definitely one. Oh my God. Like, I like mine, but shit, this guy just shit on my start. Rip. Rip. What's the news with Olave? It's more so Derek Carr. It's more so Derek Carr. We're gonna see where he goes in this room. I don't think you're gonna get that fall that you probably should, up until we know what they're gonna do at pick 9 in the NFL draft. If they go QB, Olave still goes in the same range. It's just I'm pushing Waddle ahead of him. I had Sutton behind him. We pushed him ahead of him again by one spot. Some of these RBs, like I have to redo this range now based on the news, but we just put it CSV out a couple days ago. I'd put some of these RBs above Olave now. I think the question between Ridley and Olave is actually a lot closer now than it was. Drake London and Marvin Harrison. Just curious. Couple teams. I kind of want to keep this low. I know this will make it even more unique. Do we want to do that in this room? I think I just want to go receiver, to be honest. We're going to go Marvin Harrison. I'm slowing down on Garrett Wilson. We have him at 28. There is still a threat that the Jets go a receiver in the first round. If they were to grab someone like Tet, like where does Garrett Wilson go? So that fear has sort of clicked in, and I'm around where I want to be. At 11%, I wouldn't mind this going down to like 9 or 10, which we should be able to get it down to. What's up, PPT? Sunday drafts are good for the soul. Absolutely. Oh, shit. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Let's go. Let's go. I'll keep an eye on that. Did Rory double the first hole? No way, right? Masters website. I'm trying to figure out which one is the best to have up for live updates. ESPN Masters might be good too. What's your favorite site for live updates? Oh my God, he did. He did double. Oh my God. We got a game, boys. We got a game. I have 0% Olave. No thanks. Yeah, you're probably in a good spot, and you can just readjust your take after you find out what happens in the draft. That being said, no Olave before the Derek Carr news. I'm not 100% certain that is something that I would do personally, just in the range he goes in. Like the next person off the board's Debo, right? For receivers. Waddle should be ahead of him. He will be by probably later tonight. This ADP is going to change. Like the next receiver is Debo and Jawan Jennings. I don't know. Kind of tough to have 0 in my opinion. 017 tank job starts early. Eat some of Kamar's contract. Trade him by the NFL deadline. Yeah, you could see an absolute fire sale. I don't think it makes sense to bring in Rodgers on a 1-year deal. It's not like this team's going to be competing. And I'm not sure. I think Rodgers would just rather quit. He'd He'd rather go to the desert than playing for the Saints. That's how I see that one. Yeah. Cam should be force feeding him. Yeah, we're talking about Ridley here. I like Ridley more now than Olave. And I think that's a talk that should be had. I mean, we're pretty heavy on all three of these guys, Olave, Waddle, and Ridley. But Ridley used to go behind some of the rookies. So he's been a steady riser this whole time. No, I don't have the Masters app. Ooh. What do we want to? Ooh. We put ourselves in a pretty good situation to go Jaden Daniels here. Let's go Daniels. I was dancing between it. If we go JMO, we get some Detroit correlation, which is pretty fun. We could also then target Goff and Kyler in that range and stop at 2 QBs. That's what's going through my head there. Up in 8 picks. We'll see what comes back to us. But if we go receiver there and we hit on Goff and Kyler, I'm very happy at QB. I think 2 guys that go in a good range for advance rates, just a good value in that range. You have a rushing upside. You have a pretty decent floor with Goff too. So we went the Jaden route. Couple picks after ADP. Don't mind that as well. Now, the Jaden exposure here. A lot of Ertz. We'd love to see that. 50% of my Jane teams have Ertz. A lot of London tied to it. Lamb, and London, which is interesting. So now we go to 5 out of 13 teams have London. How about Maserati, though? 0 with Maserati. I'm good with it. Bryson already taking control. Part it. Oh, yeah. Jeez. Oh, geez. You start the round off with the double. You got a game, boys. You got a game. Hampton steam getting out of control. It's really just people fantasize about landing spots. That's what's happening. Fantasize about the landing spots, and it could happen. I mean, if he ends up in Pittsburgh, fuck. Like, I can't. We're not doing this. This is kind of cool because you get James Cook. And if you have a week where he does get 2 of those tutties taken away from Josh Allen and you go elite QB at the same point, it's a Jaden day on week 17. Now you just leverage the Josh Allen teams and you got the Dannies. Let's go. I plan on going receiver there 100%. I'm taking James Cook at pick 53. Get out of here. We're going to make it work. Oh, my goodness. Bryson middle fairway on 2. Rory in the bunker again. It is heating up. MDS with a wild comment. I don't know. Ooh, hope the 49ers get a, yeah. They could go RB, man. Like, we know how they like to run that offense. And also, we will find out about McCaffrey's health, like truly with what they do in the NFL draft. They don't go RB in the top 3 rounds. They're probably pretty confident that McCaffrey is at least less injury prone this season. If they're going an RB in the top 3 rounds, I think that says more about McCaffrey's health, but you never know. These GMs, coaches, like they're thinking years down the road at the same point. So we're just worried about the next season. So we're very like tunnel visioned on like, they should do this season when they're thinking like 3 years out, contracts expiring, where they're going to be. Jordan Addison at pick 60. Olave still on the board. So you are seeing a little slide here. Addison at 60s. Addison at 60s, nice. Debo went at 52. Anyone else like not feeling great about Debo? I know people are like, oh, bounce back Debo year. Landing spot's good. I'm just not as excited because I don't know what this is going to look like. Like, what if this turns to like just 10, right? A lot of his value is going to get hit. Should still be able to provide some spike weeks, though, if he stays healthy. I'm just slightly underfield. So out on Debo. Debo, Albugs just goes straight for the grave. Bindy's GM. Yeah, Bindy's back streaming. Love to see it. Guys, check out his channel, please. Always putting out good content. And appreciate the love on the Twitter machine, man. Always. ER7 in the house. What's up, baby? Careful with that wrench. Careful with the wrench, okay? Okay? Be careful. Debo hate is strong. Ooh, Najee there. A little Najee is 67. Calvin Ridley is 63. I told you guys before the stream I'm probably going to fall on the sword. Do we just go RB here and then go receiver? I'm not falling on it yet. I'm not falling on it yet. You guys try to get me to fall on it right there. I'm not falling on it yet. If it came back around one more time, I was doing it. I want to see where he's going. This guy also took Chris Brown. Or Chris Brown's hilarious. Chase Brown. The reason I didn't want to go RB there is it puts me in a bad spot if I want to go Kyler. Puts us in a real bad spot if we want to go Kyler. Yeah, no, I thought about it. I think there were zeros on the clock there. There were zeros on the clock. Damn. Bryson catching up. Here we go. I would have actually rathered Hunter there. Would have rathered Hunter there over Reed. All right, where's Kyler going? Kyler's going at pick 93. That should put us like right in the range. Pick 92. Trey McBride team is to our left. You love to see that. James Conner team's to our left. You love to see that. Very good. Yeah, Connor, I can see it both ways. I can see it both ways with Debo. It's just a lot of his value of how does Debo smash and how does he outpay his ADP is on the ground. That's where a lot of the value comes. It's an interesting spot here for this dude. You got to think this guy's going receiver, but he goes D-Mont. He takes the sliding D-Mont. I can't really blame him there. I have a tough time with Myers at this price. I'm so glad we got up to like 25% so early. And I still would rather take, I'm getting a lot less just because I have Amika here ahead of him. And we're just going to continue. We're just going to continue down this war path of accumulating Amika shares. Burrow unstack with Hurts. You love to see it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, Burrow at 65. He couldn't let it slide, man. Couldn't let it slide. Still a pretty nice looking team, though. Puka, JT, Garrett Wilson at 32. Jalen Hurts, Cortland Sutton still grabs Caleb. Like, I'm actually okay with this draft. It's Burrow. Can he at 65 is a lot more of a fair price. A lot more, like 15 picks after, 16 picks after ADP. It's not as crazy as if he went Burrow here at 56 or earlier. Like a lot of the time, Jalen Hurts will fall to like 45. If you're going to Burrow at like 52, I don't know. He goes, his ADP current ADP is a little too close to these rushing upside QBs, but he falls to 65. It's whatever. It's whatever. Backstacking with Yoshi Voss or Jermaine Burton and Gesicki. I don't know. We came in second MMG with the Burrow, Higgins, and Gesicki stack, but that's with Higgies. Juwan Jennings, mans. I have not taken him since he's risen from the 90s. San Fran, actually, in general, I'm really low on. I want more Kittle, admittedly. My team build where I'm going more RBs through the first 4 rounds this year. I'm not getting to as much Kittle because I also want to have 4 to 5 receivers by this Diggs McMillan range. On most of my drafts, not every draft, but how do you save naked Burrow? Honestly, you could sell a story where he's just a good advance rate pick at pick 65. Right? It's just good for advancement. You don't need to necessarily have him go off week 17. You could also have a flat scoring week 17. It's just that offense is more condensed. So with Burrow as the example, yes, if he pops off, he has that game he had last year, week 17. He put up like 34, 35 points, tied pretty heavily to a T. Higgins huge spike week last year. People who had naked Burrow last year, they probably did okay. But if you didn't have Higgs, like, you were capped. We do get Kyler here. We're doing it. 2 QBs within top 100. You don't see me do it too often. Seems like a good spot for us, though. I've been trying to get more Kyler, and we do have a good amount with Marv, which you love to see. Love to see that. Again, we got a nice little round of value on James Cook as well. Come back around, hopefully grab another receiver. And we're off to the races. Yeah, some of these, now you get Justin Fields going off like 20 picks early. Mike Gesicki season to save it. Yeah, it's still a tough sell. It's still a tough sell for me. They haven't finished round 2 or hole 2 yet, huh? Milking it. Unstacked Burrows for the fishes. Yeah, in deep field tournaments, I'm not going Burrow there personally with Jalen Hurts. But if he didn't have his first QB, I don't think it's the worst. I think we're just going to go Diggs here. We get a little Eastern Conference correlation, New England Buffalo. This could also be Jonnu. It's just give me my 5th wide receiver. Also, Diggs seen doing some cone drills. Actually, speed, agility, look good, cutting. That was enough for me to start clicking him more. Shaheed off at 102. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll keep this Masters leaderboard up. Anyone doing anything unruly in this room? This guy's making a comeback, man. Puka, Garrett Wilson, Sutton, he needs a receiver here. He probably needs another receiver there. But Caleb Johnson, Aaron Jones, and JT's nice little 3 RBs by pick 89. TJ Hawkinson and Mark Andrews for the 3-hole with Lamar, Zay Flowers. He's got his nice little double there. He's got his Minnesota double with the Hawk and Jefferson. Probably looking for JJ McCarthy. Could stop at 2 QBs. 3-hole might be cooking right now. Can you comment on the fact that Debo had pneumonia last year, likely affecting his performance? I don't know, man. Fat Debo, 100%. Like that will knock you. That will knock you, but I'm not really worried about his sickness as much as I am his role in the Washington offense. Like he's not this like commanding 100 target plus type of guy a year. Now he's explosive, but we haven't seen that for quite a while. This is closer to 10. This is closer to 15 yards. This is closer to like 12. This is like 20, 19 yards per catch. Like that coupled with, we don't know, like this is a team that might draft a running back. And some of this going away or getting cut in half. And we already saw like the efficiency last year. Sure. You want to blame that on him being sick? Like, I still even remember that. ETN here. ETN or Sharps. We have 12 and 8%. Might just split hairs here. We're going to split hairs and go Charbonnet. Marvin Mims off. The 4-hole still doesn't have a QB. And it's QB time. You don't grab a QB by 124 and your next pick's 141. You start to sweat a little bit. Beer Belly is bullish for Devo. He probably squats a lot. Let's get the Nick Chubb squat video. All right. Rory pars hole 2. Rory pars hole 2. Looking back, I wish I went Colson Loveland here. His ADP was 127. Thought, maybe we get him back. Pretty decent chance. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This guy had 2 tight ends. This guy had Kelsey. I was more so worried about Biff, but Biff brings in CJ Stroud to pair with Christian Watson. This guy does go JJ McCarthy a little early to secure that. Jared Goff at 124 is freaking awesome for a team that doesn't have a QB yet. And we get here just stuck staring at a bunch of QBs. I'm between one of these two. Let's go Tank Bigsby. We did pass on ETN for this specific team, so let's grab Bigsby here. We're going to be pretty strong at RB. I could see us stopping at 5 in a 20-round draft, most likely 6, but the capital doesn't have to be crazy. Catch up at tight end. We can catch up at receiver with the next couple picks. There are a ton of running backs going in this range that we like. So we're in a pretty good spot. Pretty good spot. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Bryson took the lead. What's up? What's up, Josh? Grinding on the bestballoverlay.com. My man. Green Bean in the house. What's up, dude? Josh, do you have any insider secrets for the people in the live stream today on the website? Oh, dear. T-Lot 130. Goff at 124. When you don't have a QB, falls about 2 rounds. What a gift. What a gift. Does he have, not that it matters that he has any correlation. He's got DeMont. That's not the best positive correlation, but it's not correlated. Could just be an advanced right click though. Pick 124. Dude, he's coming for that jacket. Green jacket, gold jacket. Holy smokes. Pressure's on. Oh, man. Pressure's on. We'll still be able to catch OLAVE. We're only going to do one today. When are we getting the news? Like, is Aaron Rodgers playing football? Is he going to the Steelers? I just saw Billy sent me a DM on the Twitter machine. That's going to be a tough one to predict. What happens to those Pittsburgh pieces if Rodgers isn't there? Like, oof. Ooh. Those projections are going to be ugly. Ugly. Tua and T-Law. Tua with Jonnu and Waddle. Nice, Hartman. Cooking up a little daily double. Josh Jacobs falls to 34 here. Wow, look at these QBs fall, man. What are these prices? Pick 139. Pick 138. You still got Love there. You still got May there. Keenan Allen off the board. Holy. Love gone. I would have been tempted. I'm not going to lie. We could still go Drake May here. We're forcing it. 20 picks after ADP. We got Diggs. We're forcing it. I feel really good about the RBs. So this likely means we stop at 5 now. We're still going to need 3 tight ends. This is still going to end up a 8 receiver build. 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so we're still going to have a luxury pick at the end. Yeah, we're good. We're in a good spot to do this. Pat playing on easy mode. Dude, just like, you can give me Drake May at pick 140 correlated. Like, I don't care if I have 2 QBs in the top Hundy. That's going to put more pressure on the room. See Penix off at 141. Bryce Young now goes at 146. We still get the receiver that we wanted, or we can tap into tight end here. Let's go receiver. That's going to put us in a good spot. We get a fall on Quentin Johnson, 13 picks. Like, we'll take it. We take those. Yeah, May is solid there. It's really hard to pass up. You know, if we don't have Diggs, it's kind of whatever. But here we have the wide receiver 1 on the team. Play ball. This is one of my closest gritty teams you guys have seen in a while. It's not even, I can't even call it a gritty team. I'd probably offend him by saying that. Sorry, Mike. It's like, you don't have 2 of the top 5 QBs. You're right. So far, Jane Daniels, Kyler Murray, Drake May, Gibbs, James Cook at 53, Charbonnet, even 10 picks after ADP. I didn't even drop any spoons in the chat. Like, we've been scooping here. We've been absolutely scooping. Tank Bigsby at ADP. London at 20 with Gibbs. Just a fun start. Marvin Harrison, Jaden Reed, Mika Bugga, Diggs, and Quentin Johnston. We're chilling. We've been scooping this whole time. All right, Drake May. Interesting. I don't have a ton of stacks with him besides Gibson at 29%. Diggs, I've caught up a little bit. This will probably bring it to like 23, 24, which we like. Wow. All right, we're up in 4 picks. This is where the RBs start to fly off the board. If you guys haven't already and you guys are interested, the overlay you see on screen, bestballoverlay.com. Promo code Pounders gives you 25% off. It's only $30 a month. Basically going to be 1 BBM a month. Use it for the draft months. Such a huge edge. And a lot of people are using it, and they're grabbing that edge. Okay. I like this spot. Goddard, it was going to be Goddard or Wicks there. He makes the decision for us. We're going Wicks. Get this double Green Bay correlation here. And let's see what the room does. We're up in 8 picks. Up in 8. And Maynard goes at 160. Dragged up a little bit. Probably correct, though. Javonte goes at 165. You get a little fall back on him, which I think's likely correct. Coker off, Sam Darnold off with Bryce Young and Baker. So the 2 spots got his 3 QBs. Is that with JSN? It's with JSN, yeah. Also, Colson Loveland could be a sneaky option for Seattle. Not that they've had the best history of utilizing their tight ends in the best way, but we'll see this year. New OC. Pat Fry, 168 with Tyler Algier. Just saw DJ Giddens went at 144. ADP 162. Pick 188. I think we go up and get him. I think we just go up and get him. Let's bring in Zach Ertz to pair with Daniels. The heart said go RB, but it's fine. Hartman won in the portfolio review, itching to roster bait. You saying your team? You want me to cover your team? We'll gladly cover your team, buddy. Anyone that's on the YouTube Membies, you throw a dono, whatever, like, I'll cover your team if you want it. Ah, man, I was kind of hoping we get Hunter Henry on the way back, but he always falls when you don't want him. Then when you want him, he goes like at ADP or before. Is fine. I am happy I went Zach Ertz there, though. Yeah, the other one was going to be Damian Martinez. Also not a bad spot for Wright or Corum here, too. Good job, boys. This is a harder room, I will say. Like, I feel like I'm cooking right now, but this room has not been the absolute easiest. We've definitely gotten more falling values than normal. Even just the Gibbs London start to be completely unique through 2 rounds is so fun when you have 126. Well, this is even more. This is out of 186 drafts because this has all the contests, which the Best Ball Overlay does allow you to just come down in the bottom left and search by whatever tournament you want. So if you just want to see the big boards, which is something I do in BBM, when I draft BBM contests, I want to know strictly just what are my BBM exposures. And it just makes it so easy. No Henry with May. Team's dead. We only got the single there with Diggs. Team's dead. Kyle Williams off of 183. Yeah, Hartman's just like he's got his list of sleepers. He's like sleeper. Dude, the sleeper squad. Ooh, 3 QBs in a row trying to cook. I see you. Gino. Did you pair that with Bowers? Oh, all right. Hartman was cooking this round. It'll be a fun review. Looks like Hartman was cooking. DeAndre Hopkins off at 185. Honestly, like D-Hop, if he couldn't get it done at KC, Kate Otten just goes off. If you couldn't get it done at KC, and Braylon Allen goes off, oh man, one of those two would have been so sick. One of those two would have been so sick. Maybe we go Gesicki here. Ollie Gordon falls. We're going Ollie Gordon anyways. A lot of these teams have tight ends. This guy's got 2. The 3-hole has 2. The 2-hole has 2. And the 1-hole didn't get Burrow. So are you going to double stack Cincy with Chase? Triple stack? I don't think so. The triple stack without Burrow is kind of gross. Was wondering what you thought about it. Wasn't a diss. No, I'm just kidding. Henry's just kind of been underwhelming last year. They had Hooper that was playing a ton of snaps. Also, the last couple of years for the New England were just kind of shit anyways. Just like sustained drives were down, red zone trips were down. Everything was down for the Pats over the course of the last 2 years. Could he make more of an impact this year? Sure. He is one of those guys that's playing 80% of snaps, which is good. They re-signed Hooper. Was it a 1 or 2 year deal? That's probably good for Hunter Henry. I'd be more worried if they let Hooper walk. Are they now looking for a tight end? That'd be something that I'd be a little concerned with. We'll scoop Gesicki at 197. Negligible in these rounds, but catch up a little bit on our exposure there. No, that's I was just joking. Like Bry always says, like if you have one running back in the first 4 rounds, he comes in on stream, he just instantly goes, "Team's dead. Team's dead." How'd that work last year, B? He was the biggest piss boy I knew. Oh shit, Rory took the lead back. Through 3, Rory up 1 stroke. It's going to be a fight. It is going to be a fight. Love that. Here we go. The update. Rory at -11. At first, I thought this was a triple. I thought this was like what they scored on the hole. I'm a rookie, man. I'm a rookie when it comes to this golf stuff. However, I did play golf in high school. I quit. I quit when I wasn't allowed to swear after bad hits. That was junior year. I had to make a decision. Plus, hockey got in the way. Hockey's such a demanding sport. Will Shipley off at 203. Gave the little nugget to the boys over on the Candyman stream. Will Shipley's in Liam Murphy's top exposure, which was interesting to see. Slayton off. Torrey Franklin. Diami Brown. I know who else was there? Dalton Kincaid. Who would have thought? Oh, portfolio optimizer. Yeah. Just wait when we pull up your team and all the stacks show up. But yeah, this has been so helpful. Through 3 rounds to get different, and then just looking at my quarterback stacks, making sure that I have the player stack that I want. Like I'm gonna be super low McBride. Just because I'm drafting less McBride. But glad to see someone like Marvin Harrison is going to be over 40% now. Tendre off at 206. Jaden Blue off at 207. Jaden Blue runs fast. Also can't hold on to the ball, though. Had a shit ton of fumbles. We'll see if that's sticky from college to NFL. We'll see where he lands. Could just be a dollar store Achan without the great hands. Football coach tried to keep the locker room clean, did not go well. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Juwan Johnson off the board. What are we doing here for the rest of this team? Is this my first Michael Wilson share? What are we doing for the rest of this? We have 3 picks left. It might be a Restrepo or Torrey Horton. This is so underwhelming. It's so underwhelming, but I think we do it. Is there someone I absolutely want here at tight end? Yeah. Let's go Harold Fannin. Let's bring in Harold Fannin. If Michael Wilson's there, it's meant to be. If he's not, I'm slipping out of this pick so fast. So fast. Are we okay with these 3 tight ends? Or do you think this team needs a 4th? Because draft capital wise, you could trick me into a 4th here, but you could also tell the story like Zach Ertz just is mispriced, should be closer to the Goddard range. Gesicki at 197, you got a good value pick on him. No Eric All this year. You could tell a story. It's funny they continued to rise even after T. Higgins re-signed. Like, he was a great pick when there was muddiness around T. Higgs, and then he just became okay, in my opinion. He still has that single game ceiling we saw, which was nice. Yeah, not meant to be. Oh, well. Too bad. No Michael Wilson. Oh, well. That's how you slip out of that one, boys. Torrey Horton goes. Oh, no. Restrepo might be in our future here. Noah Brown. Mac Hollins. It's getting gross. Do we want RB receiver or do we want receiver tight end? Harold Fannin gets a good landing spot, becomes an offensive weapon. Could tell myself a story with these 3 tight ends. It's gross. But guess what? My 20K team was also disgusting. Gesicki, Dontavian Sanders, and Ingram, who got hurt and underperformed before he got hurt. Let's do it. We'll buy the fall. And we'll buy the story that he was hurt for his combine day. Or was it his pro day that he ran? I think it was the combine that he ran, and then afterwards, like one day later, he's like, "Let's just get to the games. Like, no more dumb drills. Like all this." He kind of went off, and then the next day he posted that he was hurt. It's like, things that make you say, We'll buy the story here. Get 19th round, you're gonna find a lot of zeros anyways. I would have gotten Torrey Horton if he was there, but we get sniped. That's what happens when you talk about your picks when you're on the live stream. Not to say that he wouldn't have done that anyways. Biff Tannen's with us in the live streams also on some of the sleepy sleeps. Try to push Burrow. My God, it was close, dude. It was close. Got to 65. You will see this happen more in like $100 drafts. And that is where it should probably happen less. Burrow falling back around. It's because those finals are so much smaller. 18 teams, 12 team final, that you just want to focus on your advance rates. That's going to give you your highest chance to win the final versus actually overstacking. And in that case, Burrow, if you think he's a good pick, good advance rate pick is 65, although you don't have him stacked in a smaller field final, it's better than in the big board. But in the big board, you typically have less sharp drafters in there. However, I think this guy actually did fine with this team. Yeah, hits on 3 tight ends. Not going to be my favorite from rounds 13 on, but I think he recovered okay for going Hurts and Burrow 16 picks after ADP. Gibbs, James Cook, Charbonnet, Bigsby, Ollie Gordon. I think we need one more. I'd love it to be tight end, but what's it going to do for us at the end of the day? Let's go with an RB here. Let's go with an RB. If you guys enjoy the content, haven't asked, go down, slap the like. If you enjoy the stream, hit the subscribe button. We're on the way to 3K subs. And bang the bell so you know when we go live. Never miss a live draft. Let's go. Do we get our guy back? I think we might. I think we could. We could go Lloyd, too, for the double Green Bay here. We got some Green Bay love already in this room. I think it's just got to be Sean Tucker here. In my opinion, one of the better handcuffs in the 20th round right now. So I'm trying to catch this up to 8%. I wasn't clicking him for the little board, so this is going to have 50 teams of 0% tied into it. But I'm curious if I pull up if we go to the big board and we just have a peek. We just have a little sneak peek here. Yeah, it turns into 10% for the big board. And that will go up to maybe 10.5. What's up, baby? What's going on, man? Glad to see you in the house. All right. We're going to check on Hart's team. Anyone else that's a memby, you want me to check out your team, just let me know in the chat and we'll review it. I like Emmanuel Wilson. That's the thing. Nah, dude, let's unpopular opinion, maybe, but just because he goes undrafted. But they use a good mix of RBs, and they like Wilson too. So if Jacobs ever went down, here's the difference, in my opinion. With Green Bay, if you have Jacobs go down and you have Bucky Irving go down, which backup has the higher upside? And I do think that they would work in a ton of Emmanuel Wilson, where Sean Tucker's not going to be the third down back anyways. And we already seen Rachaad White be super inefficient on the ground, first and second down. So his upside is going to be first and second down with goal line carries, and White's going to take third down role anyways. Where Lloyd, yeah, when you compare the two, I think it's just Sean Tucker. Pat started clicking Sean Tucker after I did. No chance, brother. Lloyd is still unproven. There's that. I mean, you have a very small sample size with Sean Tucker as well. But I don't mind either click, to be honest. Keaton Mitchell, someone that I probably should be mixing in there as well. But I still like the 20th round. I still think there are some good clicks. And in here, I am also excited for 18 round drafts where the drafts just go by quicker. 20 seconds. Oh, man. I would appreciate 30. I'd appreciate 20 rounds with 20-second clocks. Like, I think that would be that'd be perfect middle ground. All right, let's cover. I believe Biff is a YouTube member, or he was. Start with Hartman, T-Law, Tua, and Geno Smith for the 3 QB build. Josh Jacobs, Breece Hall, Cam Scat, RJ Harvey, Damian Martinez, and Jade Dunn Blue. Fast AF. I like it. I like the RB room. Let's see where these rookies land. You can be very happy or maybe very sad. Brian Thomas, Jalen Waddle, Calvin Ridley, Jacoby Myers, Ayuk, Kyle Williams, Darius Slayton, Gabe Davis, and Tesla. Bowers and Johnny is a fun combo here. Both correlated with the QB. He's got double stack with Jacksonville, double stack with Miami, and double stack with Vegas. 3 QB build looking sick. Looking absolutely sick. And we finished off in the 5-hole with a 3-6-8-3. Daniels, Kyler, and Drake May at pick 140. Gibbs, Cook, Charbonnet, Tank Bigsby, Ollie Gordon, and Sean Tucker. Like the RB room. London, Marv, Jaden Reed, Amika Buga, Stephon Diggs, Quinn Johnson, Wicks, and Xavier Strepo with Ertz, Gesicki, and Fannin. We're a little weak at tight end. We'll see what happens with Fannin. I think Hurts is a decent value at his ADP. We get a little slide on Gesicki. I think it turned out pretty good. We took a shot on taking, obviously, we planned on stopping here at 2 QBs. But, man, correlated Drake May at 140. I couldn't stay away. Probably should have. But you get that upside in the playoffs. You get that extra QB stack for the playoffs, which is fun. If we don't go QB there, we're probably using it at receiver. That pick 140, our team might look a little stronger with 2 receivers in that range. Or a 4th tight end. But, like, what's that do for us? I think we made it work with these 3 QBs. Yeah, Hartman, happy with that one. You cooked, man. You cooked. They feel good, and it looks even better when you have the overlay on. It's like, oh, my team is fully correlated. But no better time than now to download bestballoverlay.com using promo code Pounders, all caps. Gives you 25% off. Get different as the tournament comes to a close. Grab the edge because the edges are smaller and smaller every year on Underdog, and there are people out there doing it. So appreciate you guys. Always enjoy the stream. Go down, drop a like. Have fun watching the Masters. Enjoy your Sunday. And I hope all your bets cash. Have a good one. Pounders.